Hi students, so my name is Yash Khangas and today I will be presenting the assessment 4 of NTW 100, which is Introduction to Computer Networking. So today we have assessment 4, so we are supposed to describe or provide a report and also to present the report with the designing a LAN configuration in Cisco Packet Tracer. So we will go through the whole report in the presentation view, and then I will also take you to the Cisco Packet Tracer to show my work in Packet Tracer with the file. So let's start with the project. So moving on. First, we start with the introduction. So in this report, we are going to look at the network infrastructure of a healthcare company named Renown Health. As we all know, in the topic, we were supposed to case study or study a company named Renowned Health. So we were supposed to look at the infrastructure of that company and how we need to improve its infrastructure, how we can improve its security. So all of those things would be used. So according to that case study, Renowned Health is a healthcare company and it provides its services to the health people in Nevada. Okay. So we are supposed to look at the infrastructure of network and provide suggestions for more help. So as I already said, Renowned Health is a national health leader in Nevada, which provides essential health and safety services and features to the people of Nevada. And the place is divided into two parts. Now we are talking about the Nevada. It is divided into two parts, northern, southern. Northern is Reno and southern is Las Vegas. Moving into the wireless technologies, because nowadays all of the things are done by wireless technology. So wireless technology is used in every field, and as already mentioned, Renowned Healthcare is a health-owned issue, a health-based company. So they have their sites in various situations and various sites, like they have more than 40 locations. So they are a pretty huge company, but the main problem is that they have only 3 people in their IT section, so they do not have that IT support. So that is why they collaborate with Cisco, and they also install and use their many products like Cisco DNA and their switches, their Wi-Fi connectives and other their access points and all of those things which we will use in which we will see in further slides. So first of all, Renowned Health Organization was an old and traditional company which used infrastructure. They were using wireless technology, but they were not proficient in it. And moving on to the requirement analysis, what they wanted for their system. So in order to design a complete prototype for wireless LAN for the organization named Renowned Health, we need to first look at identify the requirements of the system, because they needed many things for better uh, growth or better performance of their system, so that they can get more customers, they can get to more patients and help more patients according to their services. So they needed more things. So it is first of all very crucial to analyze the needs of the network to meet the criteria of confidentiality. So they need to be confidential, they need to have integrity, they need to have authentication and authorization, because this is very important in healthcare. So first of all, let's start with confidentiality. So confidentiality means the production of information which is sensitive in nature. As already mentioned, this company is a healthcare company, so information would be regarding patients. So if those information is leaked, then it can harm the patients in very severe way, I would say. So that is why they need to save their files and their patients' information from hackers or attackers. So to do those, they need encryption things, like they can use strong password protocols and softwares to protect the system. They can also use security like WPA2 or WPA3 protection, and they can also use some hardware requirements too for the encryption. The second thing that they can do is they can do LAN segmentation, so they can segregate the network into various different LANs so that they can monitor the traffic easily, and even if one LAN is compromised, they can work through other ones. And they can also tackle other situations with access control lists. They can control the access, they can divide the authorized person, uh, people into criteria, they can divide the people into with their different roles. So moving on to the second part, we are moving into integrity. So they also need integrity things. So this feature will be helpful to the company in a number of ways, because integrity makes sure that the data remains safe. So this is also for safety. And do not change during the transition, because when the data is transferred from one location to another location, the data could be changed between. So this thing would provide or prevent the data from uh, changing or transforming between the endpoints. So first thing that they can use is checksums. They can mark some checksums or data and the endpoints can confirm that they have proper data and the data is not altered, because if the data is altered, the checksum would definitely uh, differ or change, so they will know that something has happened. They can use many protocol systems like intrusion detection or prevention system also, and they can also need to update those softwares because that would be helpful for their system. And the third thing is availability. Availability means that their network is up all the time, that the patients can access their network all the time. So they need to have some more requirements for load balancing, like they should transfer their load between different computers, different servers, so that one cannot be slow. They can include various applications like quality of service for better. And the other thing is authentication. They need to make sure that their authentication is proper, and they are using different protocols for the passwords and for security. And the last thing is authorization, same thing, security. And apart from software, they also need hardware requirements, like they need proper routers, like proper Cisco routers, which are secure and are more fast, so that they can be more efficient and productive in their work. WLCs, they need more switches for better spreading, or as the company will grow, they will need more access points, they will need more firewalls and many more. So these were the company requirements. Network architecture means what they have included in their system. So as Cisco is a leading networking company, so they have recommended them various softwares or various products which they are using. So now Renown Health is using Cisco Catalyst 9000 switches. They are using 9100 access points. They are also using wireless controllers. They are using DNS Center. DNS Center is the very game-changing um, thing for the company, because by using the DNS center, they were able to use the artificial intelligence to maintain their security, to maintain the patient. So it was very easy for them. So these were some advantages of the things that they used. And then moving on to security issues, there are always some threats. So first threat is data breach. They can go into data breach, like someone can attack their data, so they need to protect those. Insider threat, some people with authorization or who have passwords can get vulnerable. So these kind of some breaches. But apart from these things, we also have solutions, like they should use proper encryption softwares. We can use antiviruses, malware protection systems, and all of these things. And endpoint protection, like we can use various protection softwares. Backup and recovery is a very nice option, because backup is always a option, because even if the data is breached, we can back up all of those things. Moving to the testing, here I would show you some my Cisco Packet Tracer work. So I have first, this is IoT system that I have created. I can connect them, but I thought it would be easy to define them along. This is the second VLAN system. And the third one is this, which is a proper architecture. So starting with the first one, IoT devices, I chose a router, wireless router, and also access point. So the method of connecting was that all of them had different SSIDs. So I matched the SSIDs in all of them to create the IoT devices. So the main thing was SSID. And to here, I divided the computers into two parts. First one is physical local area network devices, and the second one is VLAN devices. So I configured the routers and switches, all of them, which are present in my report that I have provided. All the screenshots are provided. So I have configured the router and through the command line, encapsulation, all of these things. And the last part is this. So I have used WLC, lightweight access, and all of these three VLAN. This is the administrative and three VLAN users. Like VLAN 10 would be a user. This is the IP address. VLAN 20 would be a guest, which is this. And the VLAN 99 will be management and natives. So this is a proper network which I have created for better understanding of networking and all of those things. So here I also configured router and I went to various things like PC wireless, web browser, connecting and all of those things. So all of those screenshots are connected in my report. So this was it. And moving on to the last conclusion, Renowned Health is a good company. They are a non-profit company, but they need security measures and all of those things. But we also need to consider those things. So this was the end of my report, and I think you liked it.